In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up the full Conversions API tracking for your Facebook ads on your Webflow site in under 5 minutes without using Google Tags Manager or other complex systems. This setup works for any Webflow site and will let you track and trigger events from any forms, buttons, elements, and even Webflow e-commerce. It lets you easily track the maximum amount of data possible for each event that happens on your website, which means your Facebook ads reporting is more accurate and you'll get better returns on your Facebook ads because now it knows exactly who to show your ads to.
Wow.
So if you've ever tried to set up the Facebook Conversions API on Webflow before, you know the usual path. It's usually Google Tags Manager, server-side container, access tokens, event IDs for deduplication, custom triggers, and variables. It's a full afternoon at minimum of researching, testing, and trying to implement it. PixelFlow replaces all of that. You've got one-click connect to Webflow, one-click publish, and then the script is on your website. Then you use the visual tagger to track any element by clicking on it directly. No code, no developers, just point and click. So let me show you how it works. So once you've created a PixelFlow account, you're going to be asked to choose a platform. So in this case, we'll choose Webflow and click on Next. Now it's asking me to connect Webflow. So this will let me choose any of my Webflow sites. Once I click on it, it'll ask me which sites to connect. I'll authorize all of them. And now it'll show me a list of all my Webflow sites that I can use this on. And there we go. So I can choose my Webflow site. So I'm going to go with this one. And there's a couple of options here that we can look for. So the first one is auto track e-commerce. This, if I have Webflow e-commerce enabled, will let me enable view content, initiate checkout and purchase events automatically. Nothing else is set up. It'll just track them out of the box. And if you do have Webflow e-commerce or you have e-commerce events in general, you can select the currency for those. If you don't, you can just click on next. Now, the next thing we're going to do is connect the Conversions API to our Webflow site. So there's two ways to do this. If you have a business portfolio, you can log in with Facebook and it'll let you choose your business portfolio. So if I click connect with Facebook, select my portfolio, click on continue, save, it's going to bring me back to the PixelFlow dashboard and I'll be able to choose which pixel I want to use. The other option, if I don't want to do that, is to do it manually. So I can just enter my pixel name. I can just use any name for that. The pixel ID I can get from the Events Manager. So if we go to Events Manager, select the dataset that I want to use. And we use the term pixel or dataset interchangeably. So dataset, I'm going to copy and go back to PixelFlow and paste it in. The final step is just to create an access token. So to do this, go into your dataset in Facebook Events Manager, click on Settings, scroll down, and you'll see Conversions API. The section that we want is Set up Direct Integration, Set up with Dataset Quality API. Generate access token, and then we're going to copy and paste this into the PixelFlow dashboard. Yeah, copy, paste, and next. So the final few steps are to install the script on our Webflow site and then publish it. So install script, publish the Webflow site, and then the final step is testing setup. So we'll go to our website, visits and pages, and that should trigger some events that will verify the setup is working correctly. So let's go to my website and I'll click around to go to some pages. Now, if we go back to the PixelFlow dashboard, we see the congratulations. So I've now set up server-side tracking for the Facebook Conversions API. If I'm using Webflow e-commerce, it's tracking all the e-commerce events automatically. It's also tracking page views. All of that is done straight out of the box right away just by going through those couple of steps. The next things that we can do if we want to are track forms, button clicks, different events on the website outside of what we've already set up. So if I click on Track More Events and via Visual Tagger, this is going to load the Visual Tagger widget on my Webflow site where I can track any other kind of event that I want from forms, button clicks, that sort of thing. So if I click on Launch Visual Tagger, it's going to load my page. And now I can see I have the Visual Tagger here and I can select anything. And this is going to track all of these events, all of these actions on my website, server side, and send them to the Conversions API in Facebook, along with as much data as is possible. So we're going to enrich those events with further data too through PixelFlow. So let's take a look. We have a Get in Touch link here. So this is loading a contact form. Let's say I want to trigger a contact event whenever this is submitted. I'm going to click on Submit button. Now, what event does this represent? Contact. You can see it's already automatically detecting the extra sections on the page. So it's going to track the user's name, email address, and phone number. I can also add a fixed value. If there's extra data that wasn't found there, I can track extra data and just select it on the page. Once I've done this, I can click on Save Trigger, It's verified what's being tracked, and I click on confirm, and we're all done. So that, in the couple of seconds it took, is going to track and trigger an event from this Webflow contact form as a contact event to Meta. So that's all done and set up. Let's double check that it's set up properly and all of the information is being properly tracked. This little button here brings up the event monitor. So this is a tool, again, it's a small little widget that sits on your website that only you can see. And it's going to show you events that you trigger on your site so you can have a quick reference point to make sure that everything is set up and working properly. So I have a contact event set up to trigger on this form. So let's fill it in. And once we do this, we should see a contact event go through here and we'll see all of the information that was sent. So if we click on submit, straight away, there's the contact event. And I can see that it's captured email, first name, all of the geographical information, external ID, IP address, and user agent, and it's sent that as part of the event to Meta. Now, if I want to see it in further detail, I can also go into my PixelFlow dashboard, click on events, and in here, I can see my contact event, click on view, and I can see all of the information there that's been collected. If I click on advanced, I can see the full breakdown. That's like the technical information that's been sent to Meta, and I can see the traffic source too. So this is organic because I just went straight to the website. If it was Facebook, we'll be able to see the traffic source Facebook, the campaign name, the ad set name, the ad, and we can see all of the information and parameters of where that user came from. That was a contact form. Let's take a look at our site and see what else we could trigger. So on the About Us page, we have a button here. Let's say we want to track this button click as a, let's say, a lead event. So I can save that trigger, confirm, and now this button click should trigger a lead event in the event monitor. There it is. So it's triggered the lead event and captured all that information. The other option is if I want to trigger an event when this page loads. So this is my main page. Let's say if I want somebody to go to the services page. Whenever somebody views this page, I want to trigger a view content event, say. So track something new when this page loads. So this is the URL, and let's say view content. Next, if there's specific information on the page, like user information, information about the product, like price or quantity, anywhere on this page, I can select the button and then tell the PixelFlow visual tagger where on the page that information is. So for example, if there was a value on the page, if there was a product name on the page, we can track all of that information and send it along with the event too. So if I just save this trigger, now when this page is loaded, the view content event will be triggered. So again, let's just test this. If I go to a different page, we'll look for a view content event down here. There's the view content event, and I can see all the information that was captured and sent to Meta. So I've also captured currency, the product type, any of the additional information that I want to track has been added to the event and sent to Meta. So why is this important? The more information that you can track for every event and send to Meta, the more easy it is for Meta to find your ideal customers and show your ads to more of those people. So this means your ads are more effective and efficient. Facebook knows exactly who to target. You don't have to define it with interests and location. Facebook can see all of the information coming from your site. Now it knows, okay, we can find that person in Facebook. We know all the data points about this person. So now we can find more people like this user and other users on your website really easily. So that's the benefit of the Conversions API compared to just pixel tracking. This also works with any kind of form on your website. So for example, if you have a HubSpot form on your site, the exact same process to track it. Just hover over the form, select the button, and then it'll automatically detect all of the rest of the sections, track them, and send them along with the event. So that's exactly how to set up server-side tracking for the Facebook Conversions API on any Webflow site, any theme with any forms, any elements that can be immediately tracked using the visual tagger. As you can see, the setup is literally just point and click. You click a couple of buttons to get set up for your Webflow site, and then you use the visual tagger to select anything on your Webflow site, track it, and trigger an event. PixelFlow then enriches those events and sends them to Facebook so that Facebook can find all of the information about the user and find more people like that. So your Facebook ads become more effective and you get a higher ROAS overall because Facebook knows exactly who to target with your ads. There's a free 7-day trial for PixelFlow. As you can see, you can set it up in minutes and have full server-side tracking on your Webflow site immediately. And there's no complexities like containers or Google Tags Manager, no need for a developer. Everything is just point and click.